Hello, welcome back to Verde Garden. Take a deep breath and step into a world where forgotten things bloom again. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to Verde Garden for timeless garden ideas that nourish your soul and awaken your creativity. In today's episode, we'll rediscover the magic of upcycled garden decor using thrift store finds, each one reimagined into something deeply charming. Picture a weathered birdcage transformed into a blooming planter, or a vintage wheelbarrow lovingly filled with lavender and thyme. We'll explore drawers turned into herb beds, and sewing machine tables reborn as artful displays. Even an old ladder or a bicycle can become a floral sculpture when nestled into the right corner of your garden. This journey isn't just about saving money, it's about creating spaces that feel personal, soulful, and filled with quiet wonder. You don't need a large yard or expensive tools, just heart, vision, and a touch of inspiration. Let's begin crafting your dream garden together. One, antique furniture with a garden twist. Have you ever imagined a vintage bicycle becoming a storybook planter? Or a weathered ladder cradling buckets of strawberries and wildflowers? In this first chapter, we invite you to see old furniture through new eyes. Picture pastel-painted wood, chipped just enough to charm, supporting cascading blooms of petunias and nasturtiums. Even a suitcase or drawer, gently opened, can reveal a miniature world of herbs and succulents. In these magical vignettes, every detail, from the ivy trailing down a side panel to the moss gently spilling from a drawer, tells a story. These elements aren't just decor, they bring comfort, nostalgia, and a soft beauty that invites lingering. With a little care, even the most worn furniture becomes a vessel of peace and bloom. This approach turns your garden into a gallery of memories, where every plant has a home and every object, a second life. Let your garden whisper stories of the past while blooming anew. 2. Everyday items, extraordinary charm. A simple suitcase, an old enamel bowl, or a rusted watering can, these everyday treasures hold magic when placed just right. Inside an open drawer, violets and marigolds flourish like secrets kept. An enamel kettle, once forgotten, now spills over with chamomile and rosemary. Glass jars shimmer in dappled sunlight, their cool tones reflecting calm and clarity. There's something quietly joyful about finding new purpose for what once served another life. This chapter of your garden is one of resourcefulness, imagination, and storytelling. These decor choices aren't loud, they're gentle, elegant, and full of personality. Whether you use a screen door as a vertical herb wall or a teacup to cradle time, you'll see how even the smallest element adds depth and feeling. Creating beauty this way is a form of gratitude for the object, for the earth, and for the quiet moments we spend among them. Three, enchanted corners for reflection. Every garden needs a space for quiet, somewhere to rest the eyes and let the heart settle. These enchanted corners are made from forgotten things: a wooden shelf shaped like a birdhouse, a barrel blooming with cosmos, or an arched iron frame cloaked in clematis. A broken mirror, resting gently in moss, reflects light in a dreamy shimmer. Stacked suitcases spill over with lavender and pansies, forming gentle layers of color and charm. A tiny mail slot, once part of a door, is reborn as a home for mint and basil. These small scenes invite stillness. They don't call out for attention, but they reward it when you pause. In each display, you'll find thoughtfulness and grace. These are places where time feels slower and blooms feel more tender. 4. Whimsical charm with soft details. Imagine a lilac painted drawer turned into a layered planter, resting gently atop a vintage stool. Or a garden chandelier, no longer lit by flame, but filled with succulents cradled in its rusted arms. These scenes whisper charm in every detail: lace napkins, painted stones, doilies nestled beneath pansies. An enamel breadbox bursts with daffodils, while a fireplace mantle becomes a shelf for fresh blooms. Every thrifted piece has a second life, not only adding beauty but also stirring memories. As you wander through your garden, these creative displays become invitations to linger. You can almost feel the story each object brings, where it once lived, who once held it. Now, it lives again beneath your roses and lavender. These gentle touches are perfect for those who cherish meaningful beauty over trend. It's not just a garden, it's a quiet museum of grace and memory. Five. Romantic details with rustic roots. In this chapter, let's slow down with rustic textures and romantic details that feel handmade and heartfelt. A rusted garden gate now supports pastel tints blooming with herbs. A floral suitcase brims with moss and pansies. Tarnished silver trays catch the light beside ceramic mugs of thyme and rosemary. Even a milk crate, painted softly in blue, holds teapots flowering with trailing clover. Each display is gentle, layered with textures like crocheted lace, moss, river stones, and garden fabrics. These upcycled ideas are perfect for women who cherish the old and the natural in equal measure. There's a rhythm in this approach, slow, loving, grounded in the joy of repurposing. These pieces remind us that beauty grows not only from the ground, but from creativity and care. 6. Weathered beauty in every corner. This section celebrates age's elegance. A mossy iron cauldron hosts impatience, while cracked bowls and candle jars reflect soft morning light. A fruit crate holds tiny moss gardens and ceramic bridges. Nearby, a drawer blooms with chamomile and thyme, its brass handles tarnished, its story lingering. A succulent garden nestles in a floral serving tray lined with river pebbles and painted stones. Everything is softened by time, kissed by moss, and edged in ivy. This is a garden that embraces patina and imperfection. Each piece feels like it belongs, like it waited decades to become part of your sanctuary. You'll find joy in blending texture, age, and story into an artful mix. Aged wood, rusted metals, and softened colors form the foundation of your garden's most heartfelt spaces. Seven. Timeworn garden layers. When even old boots and broken mirror frames become art, you know you've entered a special garden world. Aged leather shoes filled with dianthus, cracked ceramics scattered like confetti, even an old vanity mirror. Each becomes a blooming sculpture. Iron cauldrons brim with cosmos, while pastel drawers hang on fences, each cubby bursting with color. A soft lace cloth drifts in the breeze nearby. Every texture, leather, enamel, lace, moss, is lovingly placed. These displays create quiet drama in your landscape, inviting long gazes and deeper appreciation. In the spaces between blooms, you'll discover reflections of yourself, your care, your gentleness, your vision. These pieces aren't just thrifted, they're chosen with a gardener's heart. Gentle vignettes with everyday objects. Some of the most magical spaces are made from the most humble things. An antique lunchbox becomes a container for thyme and moss. A floral basin, aged and chipped, overflows with sweet alyssum. Soup tureens and teacups cradle tiny gardens, while books and tiles add gentle structure. A painted ladder supports baskets and blooms like a rustic sculpture. Each element is placed with love, layered for softness and storytelling. It's in these smaller spaces where you can be truly expressive, arranging, adjusting, and evolving with the seasons. These aren't displays meant to impress. They're meant to welcome, to soothe, to reflect quiet beauty back to you. Rustic romance and garden whispers. A rusted gate holds pastel tints blooming with lavender. A silver tray reflects the light of morning beside wild violets and rosemary. A pink suitcase lies open like a forgotten memory, filled with creeping moss and pine cones. A chipped sink becomes a tiny pond with petals floating like poetry. These pieces evoke softness and history, like letters from another time. A woven rug beneath, glass beads scattered like morning dew. These aren't decorations, they're scenes. You can almost hear the garden breathe in these quiet, layered corners. Everything is reused, renewed, and tenderly placed. Small details, deep meaning. In this final chapter of Upcycled Magic, every detail matters. A milk pail holds time, a toolbox bursts with wildflowers. A drawer, bright yellow, overflows with silver thyme and clover. A bread bin, long unused, now glows with chamomile. Nearby, ceramic trays and floral cloths add soft touches. These displays are soothing and unhurried. They encourage you to explore gently and pause often. Everything is slow, thoughtful, and lovingly transformed. Let your garden tell a story. As we reach the final steps of today's journey, imagine ivy creeping through pallet slats and dried flower flags dancing on the wind. Colanders, crates, enamel pots, they've all found their second life under your care. What you create in your garden is more than decoration, it's healing, memory, and expression. You've seen how every rusted tin, cracked bowl, and stitched cloth can be part of a gentle masterpiece. If today's ideas brought you peace and inspiration, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Verde Garden. Let's continue crafting beauty together, one bloom and one thrifted treasure at a time. Until next time, may your garden bloom with joy and stories yet to be told.